maybe I don't know what to do. Okay. Hey, Greg Anderson. Good morning to you. 21 degrees in Dothan. Sun's out. It's 14 here, according to the computer. But the power. That's a pretty good comment there, big man. I like that. But now I can see and hear you fine. Good. All right, great. All right. Good. All right. Where are we going with this? But no, that's what's going on the hiring standpoint there. We're going to be calling up Greg Dreveny in a few minutes and see what he. Well, they didn't. They played South Carolina in Pelham this past weekend. I also see who they're going to play this weekend, and if the weather is going to affect them being able to play or not. But anyway, so let's see what we got going on. But yeah, they main thing what they need to have some good coaches, but also good recruiters. And as everybody knows, when Saban was there, they had some great players, or really good players. And it's a numbers game, and it's like I told folks before. If all right, where are we going with this? I'm gonna look up Greg. Okay, good. He did something. I'll be able to call him up in a second. I wonder if he's on the road or not. There we go. We can hear him. Hear the phone ringing.
Big C.
Are you heading towards Selma or are you at home?
I'm heading towards Selma, big man.
How's the roads like today?
Cold.
You know, with you being from Canada, this might not be a big deal to you like it is down here. Is that any truth to that question there I've just asked you?
Well, it all just depends, Big C, because on one hand, when I went back to Canada last Christmas and I got tires for the Bronco, I did get snow tires.
Yes.
So they're a lot more tread, just a lot thicker. And, you know, on one hand, that helps. But on the other hand, it doesn't matter what kind of tires or what kind of four-wheel drive you have. If it's ice on the roads and there's no salt or anything or snow plows,
yeah,
it's just a matter of time before you end up in the ditch anyway.
Yeah, that's true. But thankfully the roads are all right for you to go down to Selma. I didn't know if you'd be heading down that way or not, but I could tell when you answered the phone that you were heading that way. Let's play GPS again. Where are you right now?
I am on Highway 5, just past West Blockton.
Okay. All right. Now, is West Blockton above or below the interstate?
West Blockton is between 59 and Centerville.
Okay.
So it kind of sits in the middle, kind of behind, Green Pond, Woodstock.
Okay. Real quick, I went to Marion Institute, so I'm familiar with Highway 5, but more around Marion up to the interstate, but past the interstate, I'm not. I went up there one time a long time ago, but that was 40-something years ago, so I can't remember that ride other than we were on a bus going to Coleman to play a football game, and we were having more fun just carrying on all kind of mess, you know how players are on a bus ride.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about you played. I liked your post. You played South Carolina, and then on the victory column it didn't come out, but you were real happy with the effort of the team. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so there's always pros and cons to scheduling a top team coming in off when you've been off for a month and a half, you know?
Yes.
And so South Carolina, they got a really good team. That's why they're 5 in the nation. And it showed us some things that we got to tighten up to be competitive when we have to play Georgia and Auburn coming up to make the playoffs.
Yes.
So, but no, South Carolina, they play our game right back at us, and they're a big physical team, and they've got kids who can score. But the biggest difference, Big C, was this time it was their goalie, and I mean, that kid was unbelievable for 2 games. Like, those games could have easily been like other games and ended up in a, 6-5 either way.
Yeah.
Kind of like some of the games were earlier in the season against different teams. But, like, this guy was just stopping pucks, and literally we'd have 2 or 3 whacks at a puck, and we just couldn't find a way to get it past them.
I know you said the Foley for them was really good. Do you think being off this long might have been another reason why I think you were having a hard time scoring, too? Because I know, like, when I was in high school, we didn't practice in baseball, and the hitting went down south. Now, thankfully, the pitching stayed good because we were in games, but we couldn't win because of the hitting. But they didn't even practice, period. Do you think this long layoff might have been another reason why you was having a hard time scoring the other day?
Maybe, but it's like there's a different. That's what I mean about the being, really happy with the effort on Sunday, and the outcome. Obviously, we didn't like that, but I thought as a team we played a lot better than we did Saturday, and even when you're talking about how many goals you scored, for me, what I look at is, are you getting chances?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, I get that. I get what you're saying.
A lot of chances, So it's like, to get the amount of chances that we got, we were doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
But, in hockey, as in football, close doesn't count.
No, it don't. No, it. No, it doesn't.
And that's the unfortunate thing. So, but anyways, like I said, you live and learn, and we'll bounce off that, and then we've got the outdoor game coming up in Georgia on Saturday. And,
oh wow! I don't think y'all gonna have a problem with, unless it rains again. You're not gonna have a problem playing outside this weekend, are you?
No, I could take a fire hose out and put about 3 inches of water down on the rec parking lot at Tuscaloosa, and we could play there this weekend, I think.
It's supposed to get pretty cold. I was talking to my sister earlier, and it's 14 degrees down here right now, but it's sunny, which is good. And it's supposed to warm up today and tomorrow, but Saturday is supposed to get down to about that again. So I don't, unless it rains, I don't think you're going to have I think the game that got canceled because it was wet or rained or whatever, I don't think you have to worry about that this week.
I think it'll be good and cold. So everybody bring your 2 cats and let's get it on.
Now tell us about, all right, you got Georgia are you going to play them just 1 game or 2 games?
Just 1 game this weekend, and then we've got Ole Miss next weekend. I think it's 26th, 27th for senior night at home.
Okay. All right. What nights is it? Is it next weekend?
Yeah, not because this is the 20th coming up.
Yeah.
And I think Ole Miss is the Friday and Saturday after Georgia. So that'll be, 26th, 27th?
Mm-hmm. Well, real quick, tell us about the University of Georgia's hockey team. How good are they?
I think they're 8th or 9th behind South Carolina. So, like I said, they're right up there too. And these are the teams, Big C, that we're going to have to, figure out a way. If you want to win a national championship, or you want to win the playoff cup, or even the SEC championship, where it just boils down to who can put together the better game on any given day.
I see. Well, uh, oh, oh yeah, you were talking about playing a tough schedule or playing strong, good competition like South Carolina and Georgia. I know, like with the basketball team, they're now I think 11-5, and they just scorched Missouri last night. And I think that preseason hard schedule helped them out, and it's always good to play good competition.
Absolutely, and it will help you in the end, and that's the biggest thing. It was almost like that game on the game on Saturday. I called it the turkey and stuffing game because that's kind of the way we were just little slow and just kind of out of sorts. And I was just like, boys, time to get back in the gym and get on the bikes, and we got to get back in shape.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that conditioning over a long break, over a long haul like that can come back to hit you. But yeah, they gonna be skating. I bet you they gonna be skating pretty hard. How many practices y'all got today, or are y'all practicing today, or have y'all practiced this week so far?
Yeah, we'll practice tonight at 9:15. So we'll practice for an hour and a half.
Wow, that's pretty good. And yeah, you're gonna get back into shape. And how's Haggett, the Goldie, for you doing?
He's doing okay. He had a rough, like I said, South Carolina. They've got a couple kids that can really shoot the puck, and he had a tough outing on Saturday, and they were what did he last? He lasted the first period. I think they were up 3 or 4-0 after the first.
Wow.
And so he came out, and I went with Ben Allward from Georgia, and he did really well coming in behind Haggett. And Sunday I wanted to go back to Haggett to give him a chance to redeem himself, and that's a decision you got to make. And he struggled out of the gate again. So and then after talking to him, he's having some hip issues, and I'm like, listen, nobody's Superman. If you're not 100%, you just got to tell me so I can make a decision and, let you get healthy and then play the other guys until you're good,
Oh, yeah. Well, he's good, that's for sure. Oh, one comment that you made that I was wanting to say, you were talking about the one thing that pleased you was how many shots y'all had. Is that what it was you said earlier?
Yeah.
What I was thinking about, like if you're in the sales game, and the deal is, it's really like a numbers game, like what you were talking about. The more hits you make, or people calling on people, and sooner or later you're gonna hit a few sales, and that's sort of like what it sounded like to me with your shots there. The more you attempt, the more likely you're gonna hit a few, and then maybe you can win like that. So I sort of understand what you're saying there.
Oh yeah, like I said, Big C, this kid they had in net. I mean, he had our guys looking up at the lights by the end of the second period. I mean, 2 and 3 shots, and he just comes screaming across from side to side and pulling down pucks, and they're just like, "What have we got to do to score on this guy?" And I'm like, "Keep shooting,
Yeah, that's right. Just keep shooting. They'll fall in sooner or later. Well,
right,
big man. What is your record so far? And then I appreciate you being on, as always, on Wednesdays.
Yeah, that puts us to 11-5, and 2 overtime losses.
Wow. How many points? All right, how many points do y'all have right now?
So what? 24.
Wow, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's we've got I don't know, our win percentage is probably about 633 or so.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you always want to be over 500. That's kind of the cutoff or whatever. But like I said, before South Carolina, we were up in 7-11 or something. But
wow,
2 losses.
Yeah, that sort of knocks down the percentage, as you say.
Yep, it does. So.
All right. Well, hey, I want to thank you for being on here as always. And as always, roll tide, baby.
Thanks, Big C. Roll Tide, baby.
We'll talk to you later, big man. You have a great day.
You too, Big C. See ya.
Thank you. See you. Bye-bye. All right, folks, that was Coach Greg Dreveny, the hockey coach up there at Alabama. And let's see, we got, I know what I'm going to try to talk about if I can find it here on Facebook. But Tennessee is sort of having a problem with the NIL thing, and I want to talk about that. Yeah, it's not sustainable, or at least it's not up there. They're going to have to do something about this. This crazy idea given the wide receiver bond, Lamborghini plus $600,000. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's not right, in my opinion. And then you got schools that can do that and some schools that can't. It's not. They want it to be a level playing field. Right now, it's not a level playing field if you go by with the NIL, in my opinion. All right, let me see where I can find that write-up. And I'm going to read you because it's pretty good. And they're talking about the University of okay. Oh, yeah, that's a pretty interesting comment there. All right, where are we going to go? There's the notifications. All right. Let's see if that's the post. Yes, I got lucky. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about this. Is an article write up by a guy named Jimmy Hyman's Off the Hook and Sports with Dave Hooker. He's got an orange and blue thing. All right, I'm gonna read you this. It's done by him. That's what. Good morning, big man. 13. Wow, you're 1 degree lower than we are. Golly. Now we've gone up to 17 now. Thank you for being on here, big man. Appreciate it. So Caleb Downs is leaving Alabama. Well, let him go if he don't want to be there. That's all I got to say. All right, this is by Jimmy Hyman's, and the comments starts off, in theory, I do not oppose the transfer portal, which now allows college student athletes to change schools as often as they want without penalty. Okay, let me read. Okay, we got a call here. Hey, Brian, how you doing, big man?
Alabama won big last night in basketball.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that a little later, but, yeah, they did win big, won by 19 over Missouri.
That Ryland Griffin of Alabama, he had 21 points, 5 rebounds, hit 5 threes out of 7 of them.
That's not bad. They were on last night. I had it on, but I wasn't. I was trying to listen to it because I had to get something ready for today's show, so I didn't. But I look at the stats, and they really shot the ball really well. And played.
They hit 13 threes out of 27 of them.
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
I just seen that old Caleb Downs transferring.
Well, let him go. That's all I got to say. They're gonna have to do something about all this. It's ridiculous.
It's running football. To tell you the truth.
It is. They're gonna have to figure it out, and I think they can. They're gonna have to. But anyway.
Auburn got Vanderbilt tonight in Nashville, got Ole Miss at LSU, and got Mississippi State at Lexington tonight.
Where's LSU on the men's standings? Do you know?
They're 2-1, I think, because they lost to Auburn. Then they beat. They beat A&M, and they beat Vanderbilt.
I see. All right. Now that's LSU. Now, who's Auburn?
Yeah.
They're 3-0 like Alabama. Who have they beaten?
Auburn, they beat LSU. They beat A&M, and they beat
Arkansas.
That's right. They're playing next night. They play at Alabama. That'd be a tough one for Auburn.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I agree. Well, and then Alabama
And then
plays.
Alabama plays at Tennessee this weekend at 1 o'clock on ESPN too.
I got you. Well, big man, I want to thank you for calling. We'll talk to you later, and you have a good day.
I heard yesterday that the Saints fired their receivers coach Cody Burns used to play at Auburn.
Okay. I saw something, but I didn't really read it. That's who the former Auburn quarterback was. Wow. Well, that's what happens. You get hired, and a lot of times you get fired, whatever, in the coaching business.
Yeah, hey John Dent, Lewis Wood, and Greg Anderson, and hey Margie.
Hey, Margie, how you doing? But anyway, um, I hope you're doing well, young lady. But anyway, I'll let you go, and thank you for calling, big man.
Whatever BC.
Roll Tide roll. See you. Bye. Okay, we were talking about this NIL thing, and I hope we can get. Oh, good. All right. Okay. All right. In theory, I do not oppose name, image, and likeness, which allows student athletes to profit off their image while in college. But when two go hand in hand without guardrails, I think it's a disaster, and it is. Okay, yeah, this is the one. I've always used this one. The guy named J.T. Daniels, who started off at Southern Cal, he played at 4 different schools in 5 years. Freshmen who redshirt shouldn't be allowed to make $2 million a year while teammates are grinding each week on the gridiron. This whole system is a mess and a predictable mess. And if you don't see this coming, you were blinded by your desire to empower college athletes. If you didn't see this coming, you didn't look at the big picture. And also, many predicted that the transfer portal would lead to mass exodus from colleges. They were right. Many predicted that NIL would cause dissension in locker rooms. They were right. Many predicted that athletes, even at major schools, would sell their talents to the highest bidder, showing zero loyalty to their teammates, coaches, or school. They were right. Former Alabama coach Nick Saban correctly predicted this would be akin to free agency in the NFL, but it's worse. College athletes have more freedom to change schools than NFL players do to change teams. Most NFL players have multi-year binding contracts and can't randomly switch from one team to another multiple times. College athletes can come and go as they please with no repercussions, and they can do it multiple times. The system has generated to some extent quitters. Yep, you're right. Even Dean Myrick, who we talked to weekly, made that comment. If they're not playing at another school, they'll just go to another one. Don't like the NIL money you make, quit and enter the portal. Don't like the hard coaching, quit and enter the portal. This isn't the case with all that entered the portal. Some will run off, i.e. Deion Sanders. Hey, Margie, how you doing? I see you're on. I don't see you, but I'm glad you're on here. Some have a legitimate reason for leaving, like the playing behind a star or a coaching change. But that is not the majority. I'm also bothered by the fact that more than 1,000 players entered the portal in 2022, didn't find another school and lost their scholarship. See, that's where you need to see. I don't know, somebody that don't. I mean, why would you, if you think about this, if you're a coach, yeah, Caleb Downs is going there, and I like what a friend of mine said. I don't say that over the air, but he's right. I'm bothered by the unsuspecting athlete who signs an NFL deal, NIL deal, to only learn that he's bound to that company or organization many years after turning pro. Is there a solution for this madness? Probably not, but there is a couple of suggestions. A cap of $25 million to put on each FBS school for NIL money. The NFL and the NBA have a salary cap. Why not the NCAA? The NCAA is a voluntary organization. The salary cap should per team should hold up in court. You can get 130 FBS schools to agree on the salary cap amount. Maybe not, but it's better than the wild, wild west bidding wars that we have out there now. FCA, FCS schools could have a $5 to $10 million salary cap, but at least give some FCS teams a chance to keep key players from bolting to the FBS. Division One basketball teams could also have $10 million salary cap. Transparency. Disclose NIL deals for each athlete. The private schools would balk at this, but there's only a handful of private schools that are relevant at this level. Public schools coaches or salaries are public. Why not athletes at public schools? That's true. They would force schools to be more equitable in the distribution of NIL money to athletes rather than have clandestine deals. And perhaps it would curb some of the dissension in the locker room when starters discover backups are making more money. Limit the number of undergraduate transfers to one and graduate transfers to one. That way, an athlete could play at a maximum of 3 schools. This would prevent a JT Daniels from playing at USC, Georgia, West Virginia, and Rice. 2-year commitment. Players could not transfer until playing 2 seasons at a school unless there's a head coaching change. Too often, when the going gets tough, players quit, especially after 1 year at one semester. The current rules encourage quitting because it's too easy to transfer without penalty, but do not allow transfers after 1 semester. This could entice players to stick it out and not throw in the towel at the first sign of adversity. Let's face it, the current system is not sustainable, and if guardrails are not put in place, soon college athletics will implode within the next 5 years, and that will be detrimental to fans, athletes, and coaches. Yeah, I've been told by numerous people that this it's not sustainable. And even an economist said that. Cold here in Vanderbilt. Yeah, it's cold down here too, big man. But anyway, so now they're going to have to do something about this. It's just a little too much. And Caleb Downs is going to Georgia. So, I don't know. I don't think they thought this thing out through, in my opinion. I feel like we're a dead carcass and the vultures are eating on us right now, how this is going. Cold everywhere. But anyway, we'll be fine. I'm not worried about the new coach. Just everybody's going to have to support him and stuff like that. But anyway, that's what's going on there, and it's not sustainable for Tennessee, and it's going to be not only schools that be sustainable for be people like Texas and Oklahoma and Texas A&M, because they have all these rich oil billionaires and millionaires, stuff like that. But anyway, last night Alabama played Missouri and beat them by 19 points. It was 90. What was the score? I'm going to have to figure this one out. Okay, they were 39. All right, let's go ahead and do the. But anyway, they won by 19. 93 to 74. Does that sound right or is that wrong? But anyway, let's go ahead and do the stats and we'll do the scoring. All right. Missouri was 26 out of 53 for 49.1% from the field, while Alabama was 30 of 57 for 52.6%. 3-point land, they were 8 out of 21 for 38.1%, while Alabama was, he's in the portal. 20, was 13 out of 27 for 48.1%. Free throws, Missouri was 15 out of 20 for 75%, while Alabama was 20 out of 21 for 95.2%. So, needless to say, they were scorching pretty hot from the field. Rebounds, Missouri had 23, while Alabama had 35. Offensive rebounds, Missouri had 6 to Alabama's 11. Good morning, Tammy. How you doing? Thank you for watching. Appreciate you being on here. Tell Charlie hello. Yeah. Okay, then on defensive rebounds, they had 17 to Alabama's 24. Assists, 10 to Alabama's 18. Missouri had 9 steals to Alabama's 6. Blocks, Missouri had none, while Alabama had 3. Total turnovers, Missouri had 11, Alabama had 13. Points off of turnovers, both teams had 13 each. Fast break points, Missouri had 6, Alabama had 9. Points in the paint, this is a pretty interesting stat. 26 for Missouri, 30 for Alabama. Fouls, 22 for Missouri, 16 for Alabama. Technical fouls, Missouri had 1, Alabama had 2. Largest lead, 3 for Missouri, 20 for the Tide. So, and they won by 19. And I'm going to try to figure this out. All right. That's 30. Let's see, 17 times 2 is 34. 34 and 39 is 83. Is that right? No, wait a minute. No, that's 73. All right, Alabama won 93, I think, to 74. They beat them by 19. And like Brian said, they're going to play Tennessee this weekend up there in Knoxville, and then they're going to play Auburn this time next, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday night. But anyway, Pringle had 10 the players that were in double figures, and we're going to also mention Sears scoring. All right, Pringle had 10, Nelson had 13, Griffin had 21, Estrada had 21, and Sears had 11. And the only player in double figures off the bench was Wings Sale, I think is how you pronounce his name. I can't read my writing sometimes, but anyway, he had 11. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players that were in double figures. That's pretty good. And 2 of them are tied with the scoring lead at 21 each. So we don't have the figures on Missouri. I should have wrote that down. I was trying to get this down before the show started, so we was able to do that. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna have Jimmy Rudder on. But anyway, I'm trying to I don't know. I don't want to mess with that. But Alabama right now is not in the top 25, but they got a great record. Now there's a thing, and I don't understand how they used to call it RPI. It goes by a different name now. Now, they were showing that on the TV screen last night. If you go by strength of schedule and who they played and everything, they're number 5 there. Record-wise, they're not. But like I was mentioning to Greg earlier, it's that it seems like it seems like where I'm going to on this. It seems like, gosh, I can't think what I'm saying now. Oh yeah, a lot of these teams got great records, but they're not really that good because they ain't played nobody. Yeah, that's it right there on the. Yeah, there on the thing there. Oh, let me mention this while you mention that, Lewis. Thank you, big man. we're like I always mention that we're on YouTube, but now we got this show is on JockJive Sports has a YouTube channel. So what you're doing, we're gonna put it's going on right live right now on YouTube, also along with here on Facebook. And go on YouTube, look up JockJive Sports, and subscribe. And it's free. You don't even got to worry about paying anything. Just subscribe to it. And so hopefully we'll be getting more and more watchers, and listeners, and stuff like that watching us. So yeah, we got that going on today. Started that yesterday, and was on yesterday. But anyway, yeah, that's an old profile picture there. Now the one with Laura is still on Facebook, but this is on this one. So, oh, I know this is the profile picture for Talking Sports with Big C is what this one is right here, and that's me showing off the ring. But anyway, so yeah, we'll be able to. In the buffer zone. Oh me. Sorry about that, big man. I was sort of noticing something was going on this morning before we came on. So how bad is it? I hope it's not too bad. But anyway, yeah, we're real excited about this. Got a few people off of that yesterday, so maybe we'll be getting more and more on there, and we're gonna be getting some guests. I'm gonna be calling up some people today. I called up one person yesterday. I didn't hear back from them, or if I did, I missed them. So we're gonna try them. I'm gonna try them back later today, like around 10 o'clock this morning or somewhere around in that time frame. Try to get in touch with them. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna be having more guests on like we did beforehand, like we did during this season. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. It's not too bad. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna have. I like that, John. You're a mess. You do bring a lot of good things on here, but now this thing about them getting a good morning, Tim card. Oh, you are. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Tim. Thank you for mentioning that. So maybe we'll be able to get more and more. We'll be able to get more and more more numbers. The more numbers you have, the better off you are. And as you know, in radio and TV, it's ratings, baby. Instead of roll tide, baby, that I say to Greg Draveny, it's ratings, baby. I'm glad you did, Greg. Thank you for letting us know that. But yeah, we're gonna be here and there. We're gonna be everywhere. And the more you expose yourself in a good way, the better off you are. I prefaced or made sure I had expose yourself in a good way. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate that. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna be doing that. Yeah, so you can watch us here on Facebook, on YouTube. Um, Tim, what do you think about the new coach up there in Alabama? So, anyway, yeah, this they're gonna have to straighten this thing out. It's just too ridiculous. But anyway, I like what you said, John. If he wants to go, let him go. If they don't want to be there, you don't want them there. I think it's disappointing because he did real well here at Alabama. And I might get Coach Gary if I have to. I might get him on tomorrow, Coach Gary White, and let him give his take on the transfer portal and all this, because he's had experience. He was a football manager under Coach Bryant. He was there before Coach Bryant got there in 57. 58 to 61, he was a manager under Coach Bryant. Then he was a grad assistant in 62. Then he worked for the Dallas Cowboys. And then he came back in 64 and was the first dorm director of Bryant Hall, academic advisor. He's done it all up there in Tuscaloosa. Now he's retired. But anyway, I might have to just go. I might just go ahead and get him on there. Don't know if we can handle all you all over the place. I like that. That's funny. That's good, Lewis. I like that. But anyway, yes, yeah, he'd be a good one to talk about on this, cause I know when that happened, he wasn't very happy about it, and he didn't, and he was saying some things. I think we might get it. He would be a good one to have on tomorrow if we can get him. And we got several other folks we can get on. I think he should do okay. Got to give him a chance and see what happens. There was not a whole lot to choose there, and I feel good about it, though. That's the main thing. Do you feel good about the choice? And one thing is we might have to hit the portal. If we have to, that's fine. And by the way, a player that played for him up at Washington is a cornerback, gotten in the portal, and hopefully he'll come down here. He's a pretty good player. So we'll just wait and see how that all transpires. But they're going to have to do something about it. Now, I myself mentioned to the president of the university what they need to do is give them one free pass. And then after that, they can't. They're like, and I'm glad that guy made that comment about J.T. Daniels. Play at 4 different schools in 5 years is ridiculous. It is. And I don't know how, to me, it's like changing jobs. You can't get yourself established. Stuff like that. I'm confused. I see Talkin, then another pic. Looks like you take to your left. Is that you also not moving lips in that picture? Yeah, that's a picture of yours truly letting everybody know about the YouTube channel. Yeah, it's the YouTube channel where you can go on. What we're doing is we're putting this show. You can watch it live on YouTube. Go to JockJive Sports, and it's free. So you can watch it as. Yeah, that's just a picture. That's the YouTube channel, and letting everybody know about it. And if you go on, and Greg Anderson has already looked at it, and Tim Card both. Tim Card's watching it on YouTube, and you're watching it on Facebook. All right, and here we go. We got the man with the plan. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? I'm glad you called. What's going on?
Good morning, Big C. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, wild man?
Well, we got bad news from Tuscaloosa this morning.
Yeah, I just saw that. Let him go. I mean, if he don't want to be there, let him go. I mean,
Exactly. That's what
obviously,
I say.
obviously, they're not very well. We sort of knew that, but this sort of shows they don't have any loyalty other than I don't know. I mean, I know you go, but you ought to go there also for the school. I mean, I understand going there for the coach, but
They're going there for the dollar.
yeah.
They're not going. They're not going for nothing but the dollar these
Well,
days.
they gonna have to do something about this because it's like Bond having yeah, you're right, Lewis, rudder time. uh, uh, Getting a Lamborghini. Now, I'm sorry, even if I had the money to afford one, I don't know if I don't. All right, I'm trying to play a little fantasy here. If I got lucky and won the lottery and say I won $500 million and say I'm still able to keep half of it, I don't know what I'd do with $250 million. I
I
mean,
don't
you can.
either.
I mean,
I did what I wanted though.
oh yeah, what's that now?
I said I'd do what I wanted.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Oh yeah, you wouldn't have no worries about that. You wouldn't be in debt for sure.
Well, I'm glad that Coach DeBoer is here,
Yeah,
and he's gonna. These players are leaving. They're leaving for money or for other reasons. Other coaches.
yeah.
Apparently the school wasn't what they wanted to be. Where they wanted to be. So
No,
let them go. We'll win with the players we got. We'll do it with whatever players are there because if you're worried about the money that early, then you don't have the character we need there.
no.
And I heard you yesterday on Carrie's show. Carrie's got a nice good show.
Oh yeah, that was
Uh,
fun calling him up there. Yeah.
it's a pretty good little show. Carrie stays busy now. He is his job up there at Tide 100. I guess he don't work for wherever he was,
No,
and that's all he
he was
does
doing
for full time.
yeah.
But
He's
he work. I mean, he puts out a bunch of articles on their website.
oh, does
I
he?
mean,
Interesting.
he probably puts out four at least four articles a day.
All right,
Plus, he
dude.
does that radio show.
So you have the app for Ty? I think I got that app. I'm not sure, but I need to
Yeah,
check it out and
you can
see.
set that app and set it up, set the alerts up to go to your phone,
Yeah,
and it'll most or all of his articles sends out an alert
I might need to do
telling
that,
you
and we can get some
when
more
the article comes
information.
out.
And if we get something from him, we'll give him credit, as Burhead Jones used to say.
Credit, bad credit, good credit, no credit at all.
Uh, I want to say hello to Jimmy McCurley down in Op. Thank you for watching. Yeah, the toothpaste is out of the tube. Show me the money via the portal singular focus. Yeah, they can still
Yeah,
do something about it, though, I think. There's got to.
it's going to take some state governments changing some laws or something. It's the U.S. Supreme Court has already gave them the right to do this, and it's going to take a lot to change it.
Yeah. Well, they can do that. I'm not. Well, Caleb Downs is leaving. Tim. He didn't know who was in particular leaving. The
Well,
freshman
he's
plus.
in the portal now. That don't mean for sure he's leaving, but that's the first step for sure.
He's in the portal. Let's put it that way. That's not a good. In my opinion, it's not a good sign.
No, not with Georgia already in the works with him.
Yeah.
I thought this NIL was not supposed to be part of recruiting.
It's supposed to
I,
not be, but it is.
I thought they weren't supposed to poach them until they got in the portal. I thought
Yeah.
they weren't supposed to recruit them until they were already in the portal.
Well.
Supposedly they're not supposed to contact them unless they're in the portal.
Yeah. Well. You know how
So
that is.
these rules don't apply.
No. I'm gonna get somebody on tomorrow if I can, Coach Gary White, and he's been he was a student manager, a dorm director, and administrator up there at the university. And I'm pretty sure it might be. It'll be interesting to hear what he's got to say. I'm going to call him up this morning sometime. See if we can get him on the show tomorrow. It'd be
That's
interesting.
a, I think this is maybe the final straw that put Saban in retirement because he saw that there's no way he can do this and do the
Well,
job that he wants to do.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it probably was. And plus, him being 72 years old, I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're exactly right. I mean, it's time to slow down, isn't it?
well, I want to. I hate that he retired, but I understand why. And you know, the one good thing I had a friend thought he might be like Bobby Bowden and Joe Paterno, just hang on until until the bitter end. You know, hang on long as they did. But thankfully, he did not do that.
Well, Coach Saban's smart enough to know when
Uh, uh,
he's not able to do perform the way he wants to perform.
yeah. All right. This is an interesting comment. I like this. John Dent says this. Elections have not been legit of late either, so why would we expect honesty or ethics in college football? Great comment, John
It
Dent.
sure is.
It makes total sense what you just said.
Well, we're coming to expect the unexpected, and don't expect anything to be on the right side of right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But anyway, well, one other quick question before we go. How cold is it up your way?
It got down to 14 last night
I
up
think we're
here.
up to 19 now.
I had checked it lately, but it got down to 14. That's as low as it got.
Yeah. But anyway, well, let me do this. We're about to call it a day. I want to thank you for calling as always, and we'll talk to you later. And you have a great day, Jimmy.
No problem, Big C. I enjoy it. You take care and
Same
roll
here.
tide.
Roll Tide. See you. Bye bye. All right, folks. Okay, we can go ahead and turn the live video off, and then also turn off the YouTube thing. But right now, y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Good. See y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Stay warm. Bye bye. Uh-oh. I hope I'm turning this off right. Okay. All right.